Hello everyone! Today you are going to learn how to curl, more specifically in PHP of course. My name is Diogo Veigas and watch until the end so your code works properly. First thing is going to be PHP. I've already explained this, but you can't use PHP without a server. And as we are poor and we are beginners, we don't need a server. We can install a server emulator. One recommendation of mine should be Champ, which is very easy to install. You just click here, download it, and it will already have PHP. After that, you are going to press Windows Z or just open the Explorer, and in your disk or where you installed it, in Champ, you will find a bin called htdocs. Inside of it, you may create another bin, of course, and name it whatever you want. I've called mine, let me check, YouTube videos, exactly. Inside here, you are going to create a file, which I recommend you call it index, because it will be recognized by Champ or most of server emulators as the first page. After that, you put .php. To check that really nice, you can click, okay, I'm going to save it. You can click in view, and in here, in file name extensions, you can activate it. It starts like this, not activated. You just click it and you can see already the extensions. After that, you are going to right click and open with your Visual Studio Code or your preferable IDE or text editor. With it opened, I'm going to jump real quick to the browser again and search for something in Google, such like YouTube videos. As you may see, I just wrote YouTube space videos and it got google.com/search this question mark q equals YouTube plus videos. That's what I wrote, and something more and blah 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 blah. Okay, that's exactly what get does. It will get your information, transform it, and turn it into something else. Get used to be used an API to get, post, and there are a lot of things to do with the database, which I will cover in the next video about APIs in Lumen. Now we are going to jump again to the Visual Studio Code. We don't care about any updates. After that, you are going to open your PHP, which is the minor signal, question mark PHP, and then close it like that. Put another question mark and close it with a bigger sign. I don't know the name in English. After that, you will want to assign a variable to be an object of a class curl, which is in our tutorial is going to be curl. There's a lot of people which you also use ch, but we are going to use curl because it's simpler to understand. It's going to be equals to curl execute. Oh yes, and if you are, it's not execute, sorry, it's curl init. Okay, and if you are not having these suggestions, such as I read curl and it gets me a lot of things, you may want to install an extension called PHP Intelligence. But you cannot simply install it. You need to install it. Oh no. Oh no. Well, let's keep going. In the installation, they tell you, please search for this, and then you can keep the language bases to help you with the syntax, but disable the PHP language features because it's not needed anymore. After that, since you have already initialized your curl object, you are going to start messing with it, applying its conditions and workarounds. So, what we are going to use is curl, not execute. It's going to be the curl setOpt, exactly. It's what you use to apply links, to apply posts, to apply gets, to apply headers, to apply anything. Okay, so the first thing, always you can hover your mouse so you can see the syntax. It's going to be the handle, the curl handle, which is for us the curl variable. After that, you put colon, which is going to divide our parameters. After that, you are going to use the option, which we have the documentation online, but I'm going to simply paste it, which is going to be the curl-tp URL, which is going to be the URL where I go. And lastly, the link. We don't have any variable with the link. We could create one and make it dynamic depending on what the user writes, but I'm simply going to apply it here, www.google.com, which we are going to get everything in this website. Not, well, practically everything, but you'll get what I'm saying in the future. Now, another setOTP which we are going to use is going to be, let me just put the curl, of course, and the curl OTP return transfer, which is something that will ask us if we do want or not to return the value of the curl into an into a string to a variable, or simply print it out. When you get it, you print it, and we want to print it automatically, so we are going to put false, so it doesn't return to a string, because we are not needing to do it. We are not creating an API or storing data in a database. And last but not least important, of course, not execute, sorry, this program. Now, set OTP, the last one is going to be the curl OTP SSL verify host. Yes, you always want to verify if the host has an SSL active and a valid SSL, because it's a measure of security. But in your server, not in your server, but in your XAMPP, in your Laragon, in your WAMP, in your server simulator, you will not have it mostly of the times, because you really don't need it. You can simply turn this off. If this is off, it will not check if you have it or not, and you can keep with your researches and classes, of course. After that, you are going to finally execute the curl, and after executing the curl, you need to close it, because we don't get paid enough to keep it opened. Okay, close. Here we go. Curl close. We need to put a variable, because otherwise it doesn't know where to close, of course. Then we are going to our website again. We are going to our local host, not local. It's not local, okay? Local. No. My location is my location. It's not yours, okay, friend? Let's go. Local host. Exactly. We cannot reach this page. Why? Because we've been writing a lot of code, but we did not remember it of opening XAMPP, okay? XAMPP needs to be started. We really need the MySQL, but I have this by default to open, and the patch for PHP. If you don't have it already, this shortcut, you need to go to XAMPP, look around, and in here in the control or start, one of them you put here on your desktop. After that, if you enter again in localhost, you are going to see all the projects, everything we have in the htdocs, as I showed you before. YouTube videos, and in YouTube video, you can already see a sort of Google. Yes, it's really ugly. If we put www.google.com, it doesn't look like that at all. What I think is because of the framework, because Google doesn't simply use PHP. I don't know if it uses PHP as backend, but it doesn't simply use JavaScript, HTML, and CSS. They use a JavaScript framework called Angular. Okay, it's one of the big three frameworks. So we only get the rest. Yes, the bad thing. You can also try another links. I've already tried Facebook and etc., but it's not really working. So I'm going to put Bing, a thing that every of us like. And you can see it doesn't work, but you can see something. If you search for Bing in Google, you will find a pretty image, some text and some notice, but this news, it's not in the HTML or CSS itself. It's not something static but dynamic, of course. So we only get the static part. That's not so perfect, right? In conclusion, we could check how to get something in curl PHP. But if you want some more videos about curl, explaining more details about creating an API as an example, or simply teach you guys how to post in curl in PHP, leave in the comments, please. Thank you guys, hope you guys enjoyed, and see you soon.